Now introducing the field on post parade for the 11th and the final of the Ralph Klein Memorial. First to parade there is Two Major Custard, owned by JJJ Stables, and Jim Marino, Michael Campbell trains, Brandon Campbell to drive. Here's one, Criminal Record, owned by Kelly Hort, Ralph Morrow, and Jacques Lambert, trainer-driver, Kelly Hort. 3, Straight On Till Morning, owned by JJJ Stables and Jim Marino, Michael Campbell trains, Dave Kelly at the controls. Next for the 5, Speaking of Art, owned by Keith Clark, Doris McDougall, and Robert Jones, trainer-driver, Keith Clark. 4, Trip Hammer, owned by Nathan Sobey, Diane Bertrand, Robert Gillespie, and Terry Ostashek, trainer-driver, Nathan Sobey. 6, Chaz Michael, owned by Blair Corbeil and Kelly Hort trains. And Mike Hennessy to drive. Here's the 7, Don't Poke the Dragon, owned by Keith Clark and Robert Jones. Keith Clark trains, Jamie Gray gets the call. Going by that one, 8, Outlaw Fire and Ice, owned by Rod Starkowski and Clausette Beichel. Rod Starkowski, the trainer, Phil Giesbrecht in the driver's seat. And rounding out the field then is the 9, Horse, owned by Trevor Williams, trainer-driver Ryan Grundy. That's your field of 3-year-old Colts and Geldings then for this final of the Ralph Klein Memorial. They go for $84,790. We've got Win Play Show, Exacta, Trifecta, Superfecta, Jackpot High Five wagering, and we're down to just 2 minutes. My selections went to the obvious choice, the 2 Major Custard on top. This one flawless this year, 6-4-6. And he's won 11 of his 13 lifetime starts. Was put to the test last time as West Coast Beach took a big run at him after the half. He was able to fight off that one with the 27-2 third quarter. Went on to score there in his elimination in 152-4. And Major Custard, obvious choice on top, although some strange things have been happening today. Have to go with Major Custard as the one to beat here. And he has a good post with post 2. For second, I tried the 9 Horse. I've been impressed with his last couple of efforts. Was able to close in for second to Major Custard in his last start. Going to look for him to get a good inside trip here from the trailing post 9 and then pop out late. And we'll look for him to get up for the place spot here for Ryan Grundy. For third, number 1, Criminal Record. Likely to leave and sit no worse than second for Kelly Hort. And that should be a good trip in the offing for Criminal Record. He demolished them in his elimination with a down-the-road score in 153-4, and certainly should get a good trip here today with that inside post, as we mentioned. We'll go with Criminal Record for third. 291 for me here in the finale. Ralph Klein Memorial Final coming up here in just a couple of minutes. And starter calls for the 3-year-olds. Light rain falling here at Century Downs as we get set for this Ralph Klein Memorial Final. Field called into the starting gate. Starting gate rolling. Field moving in, lining up now. Fine field of 9 3-year-old Colts and Geldings to contest this Ralph Klein Memorial Final. Starting from the rail, Criminal Record with Kelly Hort. Post 2, as expected, a heavy favorite. That is Major Custard with Brandon Campbell, 2-5 currently. 3 straight on till morning with Dave Kelly. The 4, Trip Hammer, Nathan Sobey. 5, Speaking of Art, and Keith Clark. 6, Chaz Michael with Mike Hennessy. 7, Don't Poke the Dragon and Jamie Gray. Outside 8, Outlaw Fire and Ice, Phil Giesbrecht. Trailing 9 is Horse with Ryan Grundy. 3-year-olds all set. It's post time for the final of the Ralph Klein Memorial. They're off. And pacing inside 2, firing out with authority. Major Custard and Criminal Record. It's going to be Major Custard to the top under some Campbell urging. Back to second then, Criminal Record. Neatly dropping into third was Speaking of Art. Then you've got Straight On Till Morning. Horse looking at it from 5th. In behind him is Trip Hammer. Then it is Chaz Michael. Outside starters trail. They are Don't Poke the Dragon and Outlaw Fire and Ice. Is Major Custard, 1-5 prop position. Gonna roll it out as usual here in the Ralph Klein Memorial Final. 28-1 the opening quarter. It's Major Custard by 2. Criminal Record got the 2-hole he wanted. From third, it is Speaking of Art. Horse has tipped out early. He's on a rated first over advance for Ryan Grundy. Tracking him to the outside is Trip Hammer. Down to the inside there for Straight On Till Morning, as well as Don't Poke the Dragon. Third over in the flow for Chaz Michael. And the trailer in the field is Outlaw Fire and Ice. Major Custard puts up a half. Piece of cake half here. 59-1. It's Major Custard now heading down the backside. Campbell letting him out a notch. He's got 2 on Criminal Record. Looks like Criminal Record will be the major danger here. Horse is grinding into the margin and outside third. Locked and blocked on all sides is Speaking of Art. Trip Hammer is an outside 5th and reserved there by Sobey's rating and waiting. Then you've got to the inside Straight On Till Morning and Chaz Michael. 3 quarters, 127-2. They went 28-1 down the backside, and they'll be stepping now. It's Major Custard trying to get away on them. Horse is an outside second. Criminal Record is tucked in there in third. Going wide is Trip Hammer as they start to sprint for home. It's Major Custard going to the Jets now for Campbell. Criminal Record is out from the pocket, going to try to hunt them down. Speaking of Art down on the inside, but Major Custard simply too much for them. He wins the Ralph Klein Memorial Stake as expected. It was tight for second. Speaking of Art, closed hard down on the pylons, and he may have picked up the place spot. He was right there with Criminal Record in 155-3. It was Major Custard. On the board unofficially, first 2, Major Custard, photo for place. Two and a photo here in the Ralph Klein Memorial Stake Final. 2 and a photo here. Second in the photo was 1, criminal record. Third was 5, speaking of art. Fourth, number 4, Trip Hammer. And fifth for the Jackpot High Five was number 6, Chaz Michael. It's 2-1-5-4-6. Returning back to the winner's enclosure. 11th and final race winner of the Ralph Klein Memorial Stake for 3-year-old Colts and Geldings. It's number 2, Major Custard. 3-year-old brown gelding by Custard the Dragon from the Art Major mare, Chemistry Major. Bred by Surdale Farms and Al Newrouter. Owned by JJJ Stables of Prince George. Jim Marino of Surrey. Trained by Michael Campbell. Driven to victory by Brandon Campbell. Hat-trick winner on the day for Brandon Campbell. Major Custard stays perfect in 2020 as he goes to 7 wins in 7 starts this year. He's got 12 wins in 14 lifetime starts, and he overpowers them here in the Ralph Klein Memorial Stake Final in 155-3 on the front end. Your heavy favorite Major Custard delivers, and it's official. Major Custard, heavy favorite winner, paying $240 to win, $220 to place, $210 to show. Second was 1, criminal record, returning $350 and $290. Third, number 5, speaking of art, paid $370 to show. $2 exacta, 2-1, paid $7 even. Dollar try, paid $15.15. Your dollar superfecta returning $60.05. The late daily double of 3 and 2, that paid $21.90. Dollar pick 3 out of 3, $91.70. Our pick 4 today, 4 to 4 in the pick 4, that $1 payout, $653.65. And a 20-cent high 5 here, paying $30.39 for the 20-cent Jackpot High 5. Rundown then for the Ralph Klein Memorial from the top down. Criminal record second, Major Custard the winner with